my body. Every size, every line, every girl, every guy, everybody who don't identify.
Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. It has been a little bit too long since I've said that. Sorry, I disappeared for 2 weeks. Definitely did not mean to. If you guys keep up with my other social media, you probably already know this, and I've been pretty MIA on there too. About a week ago, I ended up in the hospital because I thought at the beginning of the day I was having really bad cramps, but turns out it was a kidney infection. I am okay. I am on medication. I am going to the doctors a lot right now. But yeah, really fun. And when you guys are watching this, my birthday is tomorrow. So I felt really weird about being away from the internet for so freaking long, especially leading up to my birthday. I love spending time with you guys. So I wanted to come back today and do a follow-up video to my I Am Sophie video that I posted now, I guess about a month ago. The I Am Sophie saga is so interesting because it will seem like it slows down a little bit in terms of the plot line, but in all actuality, it is still going a million miles a minute, and there is so much that I have not caught up to speed with you guys on. If you have not seen my first video on I Am Sophie, the YouTube channel that has been taking over the internet lately, I highly recommend watching that first because this video won't really make sense whatsoever. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff that you will need context for, so I will have that link down below. Where we left off in the last episode, we were watching all of Lara's old vlogs before she turned into the Lara that we know now. The one that ended up killing Sophie and Ben, the one that literally took over the I Am Sophie channel and became Sophie. In the video, the game1.mp4, we move on to vlog 3. Previously, we had covered vlogs 1 and 2. Now we are on vlog 3. And in this video, Lara mentions that she got an email from a viewer.
You're probably wondering why I'm in the dark. To be honest, so am I. I've basically been getting this email over and over again. To be honest, probably more than 10 times at least. And it's basically somebody telling me to play this game. Yo Lara, hope you're good. I saw this game today and thought you could make a video on it. It's a game about the new queen of YouTube. You can flex a Lambo, call yourself a businesswoman, spend your dad's money, love your content, bro, play in the dark.
The email she had been sent like 10 times urged her to play a game that the person found called The New Queen of YouTube. And wouldn't you know it, when Lara opens up the game, the title text, "The Guide to Being Young, Rich, and Powerful," awaits her. And this game is essentially a walkthrough of Sophie's video, her first one.
I am Sophie. Young, popular, talented. Something weird is glitching there. I am a friend. Something keeps glitching. Oh my god, a daughter. I don't know why that keeps... A sister. It just said open on the... And it might look like I got it pretty easy. But something keeps glitching between all these crazy things. Private jets, fast cars, beautiful friends. It's still so creepy. They made me think, am I happy?
Now, before you think that this is just a creepy reimagination of something we've already seen, I want you guys to take really special notice of how Sophie's face starts flashing on the screen. Lara makes note of it, saying that a girl's face keeps flashing on the screen, but aren't those images that we saw from the video where Lara kills Sophie? That hasn't happened yet. Lara is not even aware, I think, at this point that Sophie is a real person. So what is happening? Throughout this walkthrough of Sophie's first video, we see Sophie as a little sprite just walking through her world, filming her video, and Ben is there with her. we do get slightly darker glimpses into Sophie's world, the things that she wasn't so open about. For example, as she talks about how pretty the flowers in the garden are, the dialogue reveals that they smell foul in reality.
This is one of my favourite parts of the house. This is the conservatory. Oh, look at these plants. So dope. Cool. Nice conservatory, Sophie. I'm just kind of going along tonight. I don't really know where I can go in this part. The flowers smell like rancid meat and stomach acid. That's horrible.
Another example of this is when Sophie is walking onto the private jet. It is labeled as hell instead of jet as it was in the video. Just hell. Something else I wanted to specifically note here is that the code A19201516 is in the bottom corner of this video when Lara returns to the title screen. And if you plug in those numbers into a very simple alphabet code where the number corresponds with the letter of the alphabet, it spells out stop. Moving on to the next video, Who Are You?, we see Lara once again playing the game. In this video, we reach the 10-pound money challenge that Sophie did on her channel. So it's almost like it's walking through her history of content that she's made so far.
Ben, don't film me. I got no eyes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be an interesting day because we're doing a money challenge. The whole day I have this £10 note to spend.
There are weird enough moments already. The game is weird within itself, but then something unthinkable happens. When Sophie asks a question to the audience, a very simple question, do they think that she will spend the £10 or not? Lara finds herself unable to progress further.
Do you think I'll spend it all? I don't know what it wants me to do here. I want you to answer my question. Okay, maybe I can do that if there's somewhere to click to move the game forward. Quit, Lara? Yes or no? What? Oh. Yes? No, it will be fine. £10 is a lot of money. It's like 10,000 pennies. Today is also the launch of my fashion label, YRP.
The game, Sophie, addresses Lara through the computer screen and can somehow hear her response. Lara did not click anything. She did not type anything. The game heard her reply. From this point forward, the game is very aware of Lara and makes sure that she knows that it is aware of her. For example, later as Sophie is about to go and do her YRP collection photo shoot, she says that her color is black and she says that Lara's color be black too. Lara continues to play but is visibly shaken, visibly afraid. At this point, definitely should have turned it off, but continues to go through, and a lot more bizarre stuff occurs.
So what we're gonna do today is shoot a bunch of dope stuff to make an ad for my clothing line, which should be ready by the time this video goes up. Sophie looks at Ben in horror, Ben stares through Sophie into the nothingness behind. Wherever you are in the world, good afternoon, good morning, good night. Where are you, Lara? I'm at home. Where is home? I think it's all about brute success, and success is power. Like without them, I wouldn't be doing what I am today. I take a quite spiritual approach to everything in life. Lara, do you take a spiritual approach to everything in life? Not everything? Will you take a spiritual approach to everything in life? Okay.
This about scared the socks off of me, but Finally, we hear Sophie addressing Lara through the computer, but not as her little pixelated self.
Sophie, Sophie, Sophie. What? It's not £10 now, is it? Oops. Looks like you were right.
Hey Lara! I'm super annoyed today's challenge didn't go as expected, but you're gonna do it again and I'm sure it'll go a lot better.
We hear Sophie's full voice. We see a blurry image on a screen that looks like it could be her recording a video. And she says Lara's name. Once again, just take a second, and I know I keep really hammering this in. Take a minute to understand how massive that is. If Sophie was aware of Lara first, because Lara killed Sophie in the last videos that we saw of her. So is this actually Sophie? Is this something else? Are there multiple Sophies? So a lot of dark and creepy moments strewn throughout all that I am talking about. There's a little nod to Leon Lush, which I thought was pretty cool since he was kind of the first person who really covered this series.
Leon, be wrong. Here we go. Sophie laughs and splashes water towards Blob's lifeless corpse. How do you like this place, Lara? Come on, Lara, speak out. How do you like this place? You're not bored of sitting at home waiting for your daddy to come home. What is this? Don't be scared now. Remember positivity, positivity, breathe. I don't understand. Who are you, Lara?
The video ends with Lara making a frantic phone call to a friend who encourages her to stop playing the game.
Listen to me really carefully, okay? You need to stop playing that game. You've just got to stop playing the game immediately. Don't go on it. Don't play it anymore. Send it over to me and I'll try to deal with it.
Okay.
Now, the ending text of that video said, "I can see you too." And this, I think, was a direct response to the fact that the Twitter of the I Am Sophie handle is no longer run by Lara or Sophie or whatever is in charge now. It is run by the person who seems to be diving into all of these videos of Lara. We briefly saw his face in glimpses in a previous video, but he seems to have fully taken over. And while the Instagram is still under this thing's control and it is spouting out stuff to its followers, that seems like stuff that Sophie or Lara would have said when they were under the control of whatever this fame monster thing is. The Twitter is run by an opposing force who encourages the people that follow it not to listen to anything that the Instagram says. So in the video, "I Can See You Too," that follows up next, it seems like once again, this is a response to the person who runs the Twitter because they have changed the name of the account to "I Can See You." That lengthy explanation out of the way that was probably more in depth than you needed. We are introduced to a new friend in this episode, and honestly, I find it to be a welcome change of pace. You know, we have seen a lot of faces, not all of them still intact in this series, but this man, I think I can trust him.
Flamingos, like yourself, are supposed to keep you safe in the eye of a hurricane. You know? Drinking this beer, talking to you. You don't really talk back, do you? You don't really make much of a response, but can't really stay mad at you, can I?
He is a flamingo-loving hacker who is unaware that he is being filmed through his computer and phone screen throughout this video. He seems to be taking a break in this video from whatever it is that he does, talking to himself and his stuffed flamingo. I love that flamingo. I hope it is named Frank. I don't know why, I just feel like that's fitting. And as he monologues to himself, he gets a text message from a friend. This friend asks him for a simple favor.
Hey, what do you want now? Alright, Simon, what are you up to? I'm smashing it, mate. When you finish smashing it, I've got something I think I need your help with. For f***'s sake. I've got something I think I need your help with. An absolutely mad malware. Some sort of data digging code hidden inside a game. Do you want to have a crack at it?
So the friend wants him to look into a game that contains a malware. But who is the text from, you might ask?
Okay, will do. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks a lot, mate.
Where have we heard that name before?
So now I'm here with Mark. Mark is like Gandalf but for computers. Like we went to school together. He's like my nerdy friend, a complete computer whisperer. Mark, what? What are you doing in my house, Mark?
I'm finally here.
Mark was the genius computer friend of Sophie's that was randomly introduced out of nowhere in the video where she goes to Lara's house. And then Mark was also the one who killed Ben. He's in Sophie's final video with Lara. So is this the same Mark? I would venture to say that there has to be some sort of a connection, because I don't think the series would have just used that name again for no reason. And so Mr. Hacker opens the game, and it is alarmingly the one thing on his computer screen that is not reversed. If you look at it, all of the icons on his computer are like reversed, like somebody's looking through the screen at him. But the game itself is not. And I think that's really, really interesting to note. Mr. Hacker seems very startled by the content of the game. He's very quiet once he is back to not having it on the screen. And after a long moment, he starts to jot up an email.
Yo, Lara. Hope you're doing alright. I got sent a game today and I thought you could make a video on it. It's a game about the new queen of YouTube.
So, he is the one who sent it to Lara in the first place. And he had to have known what it was at this point, or at least some idea of what it was, but now we know who sent it to her. And in the most recent video, which dropped yesterday as I am filming this, titled, "Are You Being You?", Lara and Sophie seem to meet face to face for the first time, through the screen at least.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? 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 Hello?
Who are you?
Hello?
The contents of this video are slightly graphic, really creepy to watch, so if you're not squeamish, I highly recommend, and of course I will have the I Am Sophie channel linked down below. But Lara is repeatedly called by what sounds like Sophie from the computer screen.
I am Sophie. Young, popular, talented. I am a friend, a daughter, a sister.
What do you want?
What do you want?
As Lara is watching this video, and it's very clear that she is super freaked out at this point. Her makeup is smudged. She's obviously been crying. She was literally hiding in the corner of her room away from her computer. Lara starts to hear voices outside of her door, not from the screen, but from her real life door. And this, I think, was the moment that changed everything.
Are you being you?
What's that room? I think that's locked. Yeah, but what's in it? I don't know. No idea. Sherlock, Sophie creeping in to blow up the whole scene. Yeah, should we go downstairs and like investigate that? Moving on as backup, detective, let's breathe. You know, I've got like some really tight lemonade downstairs that I made for you guys. Do you not want to try it? Elementary, my dear Watson, back me up. No! Can you just go downstairs? Can we just go downstairs?
Those voices are Sophie and Plum and Lara.
Sherlock, Sophie creeping in to blow up the whole scene.
Yeah, should we go downstairs and like investigate that? Moving on as backup, detective, let's breathe. You know, I've got like some really tight lemonade downstairs that I made for you guys. Do you not want to try it?
Elementary, my dear Watson, back me up.
No! Can you just come downstairs? Can we just go downstairs?
Okay.
Calm down, yeah?
What is happening? The moments that have not happened yet are happening outside of her door, and when she opens the door to see what's going on, nobody is there. Now that I've got the general recap out of the way, can we take a second for what this means for this entire series? These things that should not have transpired by now are playing out in real time to Lara in these vlogs. Does that mean that Lara is not Lara? Maybe Lara is the original Lara, and then through the means of this game or this thing, this entity, it took on her persona or cloned her? Is there a second Lara doing these awful things? Have these things already been done by a second Lara and we're catching up with original Lara in real time? Really trippy to think about, but then when you look at it that way, was Sophie even really Sophie? Or was Sophie a fame-hungry monster that was cloned from her original self, kind of like what the Lara that we knew prior to all of this was? Because our Lara in these vlogs is a totally different girl. She's super normal and chill and down to earth and makes makeup videos and gaming videos and is normal, not like a murderer and not like crazy, obviously. Very intense, very weird to think about. Something I didn't touch on a ton in my last video, and a lot of people were like really surprised I didn't touch on it, was the fame monster. The monster that seems to be behind so much of I Am Sophie. This monster can be seen in brief glimpses throughout the series. He's standing at the piano in the video where Sophie and Ben are killed. He is seen in like glimpses as Mark is having a mental breakdown. He is like a tentacle monster with a top hat, very creepy. But I haven't touched on it too much because I haven't fully formed my hypothesis, my conspiracy theory on what he does, what he is. I think that I just don't have all of the puzzle pieces, but now that you know he's there, definitely keep your eye out for him for the rest of the series, because I think he might be the one orchestrating all of this. That all to say, this was a very lengthy I Am Sophie update, and I do hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.